You know, I'm kinda surprised that I'm making a video on another fully AI Countryball channel so soon. In case you aren't aware, a few weeks ago I made a video on Lucid Layers, a fully AI Countryball channel, who I said was the first fully AI Countryball channel in the Countryball community, or at least I thought, because I actually found a fully AI Countryball channel that not only was fully AI, but has been making AI videos before Lucid Layers, and is also a lot larger in size. So today, I'm going to be talking about them, but before we begin, please like this video and subscribe as we're approaching 25,000 subscribers, as well as the fact that this supports me a lot on the channel and making these videos, and if you want to support me more on the channel, there are also channel memberships available, so I do consider supporting. Also, one more thing, and it's something I should have mentioned in my last video, but especially due to how big these channels are, please don't send any hate, because well, yes, the content they make is horrible. Doing that isn't really doing anything necessarily, especially since Lucid Layers got a lot of hate after my video on them, so I don't want to make the same mistake, so let's start. The Countryball channel in question is Countryball Vanjava, a 25,000 subscriber channel from Indonesia, which was created on February 9th, 2021. Like most of these channels, they wouldn't start uploading until a few years later, as their first show was uploaded on August 13th, 2024. Well, at least their first public video. Looking on Social Blade, it says that the channel already had 1,000 subscribers and 50,000 views by August 2024. So based on that, I'm assuming that they actually had videos before that date, but were either unlisted or privated later on. However, once they started uploading, they locked in, and I mean locked in, as they were making multiple videos per day, featuring a guy dancing in front of buses, using that AI layering dance thing that I see in TikTok and Reels. It's hard to explain, but here's another example of it. Now, this same guy was used for many of these shorts, so I don't know if he's the owner or the person running the channel just found this guy and decided to use him. Now, while making these videos, he'll start to feature Countryballs on the sides. However, he then suddenly decided to switch up to Countryballs content, and the Countryballs looked cursed.
What the f am I looking at?
Like, they had balls for the bodies like normal Countryballs, but instead they just used these random faces in the Countryballs, making them look really cursed. Like, they literally look like those chicken nuggets. And yes, I did just say that. Now fortunately, as weird as the Countryball look, the content wasn't fully AI, besides the obvious AI voiceover. However, most channels have that anyway, so they weren't too out of place. The shorts themselves were okay, just random skits of Countryballs doing stuff. Now after uploading many of these shorts, the curse designs would slowly fade away, as they would switch to more traditional Countryballs with no pupils and mouth. In other words, they would just switch to Countryball stickers, which in my opinion, these Countryballs do look a lot better, so props to them. Now, the content would stay relatively the same, Countryballs just doing skits. Over time, however, they would start to add mouths again to the Countryballs, although they would only appear when they were talking, similar to what Art Animations was doing many years ago. Now, one thing I also wanted to mention is despite everything I mentioned, which was decently a lot, only 2 months have passed since Vanjava uploaded his first public video onto the channel. So yeah, like I said before, this channel was locked in terms of uploading. Now after uploading more shorts, they would bring back these cursed Countryball designs and pair them with the normal looking Countryballs. However, in the following few months, these cursed designs would slowly take over the channel again, with the normal Countryballs barely appearing in the shorts. I also wanted to mention that these shorts led to a major growth spurt for the channel, as they went from 1,000 subscribers in August to 18,000 a few months later. I should also mention they were making long form content at the time, which wasn't really anything special since they were just longer versions of the shorts. Now at this point the channel was somewhat of a mess. I mean, there were just many videos on the channel featuring these cursed looking Countryballs, but it's not the worst thing ever. Hell, I wouldn't even call them bad, but I've seen much better Countryball channels in this community before. However, besides the voiceover, there was no signs of AI in this channel. However, that would change, as now we're at the part of the video where we talk about how AI starts slowly taking over this channel. Now first, while not related to AI, there's something I wanted to also mention, that being the upload schedule. Now at this point, the channel was still uploading multiple times per day for the past 5 months. However, the upload schedule would slow down by January. They wouldn't completely stop, unlike most Countryball channels I talked about in the past, but when you look at the dates of when each short was uploaded, the drop off is pretty noticeable. However, in mid-February, they will stop uploading completely and wouldn't upload until the start of March. Of course, the lack of uploads did lead to a massive decrease in subscriber growth. When they did return, however, this is where we start to see the first signs of AI being implemented to the videos, first being the backgrounds. Now before, the backgrounds were just random cartoon photos, which I'm assuming they just took from Google. However, soon the backgrounds look AI generated, some being animated and others just being pictures. Now it wasn't like every show they were making had these AI backgrounds, but they were starting to become more common. Now in my opinion, this wasn't really that bad of a thing, especially since they didn't put much effort into the backgrounds. However, this was only the beginning of the use of AI. Also, their upload schedule was becoming even more inconsistent, as after that short return in March, they wouldn't upload again until late April, where they would start to upload shorts daily, before switching to shorts every 2 weeks. Then on May 28th, 2025, they would upload their first fully AI short. The short was basically a rehashing of a popular Countryball trend, using Countryball stickers, but instead, the Countryball stickers were animated by AI, which just looks pretty bad. Instead soon, these shorts started to become more common. We started to see these same Countryball stickers being animated by AI shorts popping up, and some of them did somewhat well too. However, things would then change again on August 11th, 2025, as a new style was introduced on the channel. That being this 3D looking design, although it isn't really 3D. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, you can kind of tell why it's hard to explain this. This new design was of course fully AI generated, and not just that, the movements and the animation too, which means at this point in the timeline, the channel is now fully AI generated. This is also when the channel started to have the second major boom, as many of the shorts began passing 10 to even 20,000 views, with some heavy hitters passing 100,000 views, and eventually their channel would grow all the way to the current 25 subscribers that they have. Funnily enough, despite these AI shorts doing much better view-wise, the growth spurt was not as impressive, as they only gained 7,000 subscribers, which is only half of what they gained for the previous growth spurt. However, this also could be due to the fact that their first major boom, they were uploading way more videos way more often, which managed to rack up more views and subscribers a lot more easier. Now, shorts themselves are what you expect from a normal AI channel, from the morphing objects in the background, to random movements that don't make any sense, to blurs in the animation when the AI gets confused on what to do because something is moving in a weird way. Meanwhile, the shorts were also pretty boring, with the AI generated voice being in the background. However, as of today, the channel is somewhat dead, as they're currently losing subscribers and haven't uploaded a video since November 25th, over 1 month ago as of now. I'm not saying they quit, because based on their inconsistent upload schedule, they're probably just taking another break. In fact, I won't be surprised if when 2026 starts, they will go straight back to uploading like usual. Now, as for the long form videos, a lot of them were also just longer versions of the skits, like I mentioned before, which also had the same issues as the shorts due to the fact that they were fully AI generated. They did upload a lot of these videos, however, they didn't do that well, as none of them even got over 1,000 views. This is also most likely why it led to them to stop making these videos by October. Also, when I went to the most popular long form videos, a lot of them were just ant videos, which based on the thumbnail, I was assuming it was an AI generated animation of ants. However, no, it was just 30 minutes of ant footage, like real life footage. These videos were also uploaded during the major short drought during March and April. Now, why is this on a fully AI Countryball channel? Honestly, I don't know. My best guess is they were trying to branch out to new styles of content to see what works, especially when we look at the upload schedule, which they did do somewhat well, being the most popular long form videos on the channel. But I guess the person running the channel didn't really have any interest in making these videos anymore, thus they stopped making them and decided to just go back to Countryballs. Now, after looking at the entire channel, I feel concerned, not because the content is the worst thing ever, but because it's starting to prove my point that I made in my Lucent Layers video, how we're entering an age where AI content is taking over the platform. There are many communities that have been infested with fully AI slap channels, and as bad as the current Countryball community is, it was one of the rare communities that fully AI channels weren't dominating the niche. However, finding Lucent Layers concerned me because I feared that they would start a whole new wave of fully AI Countryball channels, with some of them being larger and more successful than Lucent Layers, and finding this channel that not only was also making AI videos around the same time as Lucent Layers, not only has 3.5 times more subscribers than Lucent Layers, but also has gotten shorts over 100,000 views, which by the way is also monetized, is pretty concerning in my opinion. And yes, this channel is basically dead, losing subscribers, but just the idea that this happened is concerning in itself. And also, like I mentioned, this channel can easily start making shorts again and start gaining another major boost, gaining more subscribers, views, and money. Once again, however, please don't send hate to this person, as it doesn't help the situation, as well as the fact that this is actually one of the rare times where I think the person behind this channel is an actual person and not a content factory, who I don't want to cause a lot of stress to. However, if you do want to help the community, you can instead send love to underrated Countryball channels that deserve fame. I've already made 4 videos talking about underrated Countryball channels, so if you do want to find some, I really recommend watching these videos. There was another thing I wanted to mention, because in my last video talking about Lucent Layers, the person actually responded to me, so in case the same thing happens with this video, Countryball Van Java, if you're watching this, I want to let you know that this isn't a sign that you should stop doing YouTube, but instead, just stop making fully AI generated content. Just stick to something like Countryball stickers, or maybe draw your Countryballs for once. I mean, they don't have to look good. I mean, I have a Countryball animation channel, and I don't draw Countryballs good either. Which also, for all you viewers, you should subscribe to that channel, because I am thinking of uploading on this channel soon. So Van Java, my advice is just put more effort into your Countryball videos. Even if they don't look good, it's much better than AI generated slop. Because if you do that, and if you, the viewers, support these underrated Countryball channels, then maybe we can combat these fully AI Countryball channels, so that the Countryball community can at least stay as a community where the larger channels aren't fully AI. Also, one more thing, I know this sounds pretty petty, but Van Java has 25,000 subscribers, and I recently hit 24,000 subscribers, and currently I'm approaching 25,000. So please, subscribe so we can pass some in subscribers. Anyway, that's really all to talk about for today. However, what are your thoughts on this channel? Are they worse than Lucent Layers, or did I exaggerate how bad they are? And what channels and topics do you want me to talk about in future videos? Let me know in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Please subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys later.